Hey guys, so as you see, I'm at quite of a cool little cabin. I'm on my vacation from my day job, and I decided to make some videos while I'm here. Just a little quick kind of rundown. I'm up beside Habitat, which is a really cool kind of Scandinavian cabin retreat. They have different types of cabins, but something you should definitely check out. It's my second time here. I'm not going to go too much more into that because that's not the point of today's video. Today's video is actually going to be a photographic one, and I'm going to be shooting on a camera that I've never really used in this purpose, and probably the reason why you clicked on this video in the first place was this little guy here. So this here is the Fujifilm Instax Mini Evo. I picked up this camera a couple of months ago, actually, because I have a SQ1, a Fujifilm SQ1 that I use at the, not this camera of course, that I use at the, where I work. We take photos of customers with their new bikes, and I've been using that, and I was like, I actually enjoy using this camera. So I just didn't like the looks of it. I liked the results and the fun factor, but I did not like the overall, the way that the camera looked. It looked a little too toyish. I'm not saying that this isn't, but it looks, you know, more like a camera in my opinion. So I picked up this camera, and you know, I've shot a couple of stacks of film through it. I'm not gonna call them rolls because they're not technically rolls of like regular film. But today we're going to shoot black and white. I have a stack of monochrome that I've been saving for a little while, and I thought to myself, hey, what I'm going to do is use it and make a video with it, because I've never shot landscape. It's always been kind of quick little street images. I've used this more as a printer because it's also a Bluetooth printer than I have actually as a camera itself. And I'm not going to go into tech specs about this because there's not much. But basically, you can use it as a digital camera, you can use it as a camera and then a printer, and then you can also use it as a Bluetooth printer on its own, which is what I print from on the XH2S that I'm filming on right now. I have an XT20. I use those cameras to print from here, and today I decided to shoot a stack of black and white film. So before we get it going, you're probably going to wonder, well, why don't you shoot real film? Because I don't own a camera yet. It's something I've been thinking about. It's just I have so many other things that I have money is going to, and I have this, so I thought this could be a really interesting video since not many people have made a video like this. I see some street versions, but I thought, hey, I'm gonna take this guy out on a little hike and see what I can capture. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into the video. Scout on this walk yesterday, so because I really want to see this path, I'll show you guys. Well, let's get some film loaded into the camera, and I saved that little bit with you guys. So if you haven't done this before, pop that open. I had some color in here. I shot my last two slides when I was just yesterday. Take your film out of its bag, I guess, the metallic bag. Make sure not to drop any of its garbage into the wild. And this guy, oops, load that in. And then the camera will automatically eject this slide. And now we're ready to shoot. So I already know since yesterday, I want to shoot the scene here. Now I do understand it is the middle of the day, more specifically 1:41 in the afternoon. The reason I'm out now, two reasons. One, I have a kind of a dinner thing with my fiance after this, so I thought how I would, you know, have the evening with her. And secondly, it's black and white, it's monochrome, so high contrast is actually kind of what you want. I shoot a lot of black and white, a lot of acros in my film simulations, and I always prefer shooting that in the city, you know, high contrast. I don't know how it's going to play today, but I thought let's put these two together and see what I can come up with. So those are reasons why I'm out, because I know I'm going to get comments of you shouldn't be doing golden hours, what you should be looking for, early morning, early evening. I slept in this morning. I'm on vacation, and I decided, you know what, let's just do this. I want to go on a hike anyways, take this out with me and see what I can get. So let's just get to shooting. So my idea for how I'm going to show these images off is I get 10 exposures for the stack of film that I have. And normally I would show you the image right after I hit the shutter in my digital photography, but because these are actually going to be prints, what I'm going to do for both myself and for you guys is I'm actually going to take those 10 exposures. As soon as they print, I'm going to put them into my bag, and then we're going to look at them at the end. Hopefully they all turn out. I'm sure there are going to be some that are going to be weird, maybe not working out, kind of weird happy accidents, but I've seen this idea happen in other videos, the way that they've done it, and I've really enjoyed that. So the whole point of the film was to kind of remember the memory after the fact and not get that instant gratification. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as I take the photo, I'm going to print it, put it in the bag, and we'll look at it all together. So yeah, let's stamp my first image. So first print is printing. It is a little too bright for this camera from already what I can figure out from the back of the LCD. And just so you know, there is no viewfinder, so this is not going to develop. Could put this in the bag and we'll head on to our next location. So I had a feeling that I'm going to be taking a lot of images at this boardwalk because, I mean, look at this. Like how cool this place looks. Yesterday was kind of overcast, so had a bit more evenness to it, but regardless, and it kind of bounced the lights into some of the craters, but it still looks really, really fun to take some photos. But my goal, I can keep this camera steady on its tripod, is there's a Lake McGuire I would like to get to. Hopefully I can get a really cool photo while I'm there. Probably not as golden-y as yesterday was, of course, as mentioned previously, but there's texture on the walls that I wonder if I should take a photo, because as of right now I only have 8 more exposures, and unlike digital, it's finite, it's limited, right? So you know what, I'm gonna take one, just take one detail, because to capture a full scene, a full moment, not really a moment, a full story, that's better, the full story, you need your wides, you need your details. Yeah, let's take a photo. Detail at this wall. And I'll take one more image at this location before I move on, because I do want to get to the lake. I think I'm scouting or looking around. The one thing I do have on this camera over shooting regular film is the fact that I can kind of preview, or even the regular Instax, even the SQ1, I have an optical viewfinder. But with this, yeah, hide the flash. But with this, I can actually sort of preview it, which kind, I guess you call it cheating, depending on, even if it's cheating, I don't know, it's photography. So we're gonna stick shot number 3, so that's 7 left, into the bag and continue onwards to the lake. In you go. Let's go. One thing I've noticed with this camera is you don't have a exposure compensation button, so you can't underexpose. I normally, personally for me, like to underexpose my images by half stop, 3/4 of a stop, sometimes more depending on the scene. I usually never meter it to set at 0. I usually always like to understand. I just like the contrast. I really like the shadows, like the mystery of it. Something that I'm kind of, I'm gonna say struggling with, but just having a hard time getting to terms with that. I can't do that on this camera. So I'm not sure how they're gonna turn out, but let's get going. So something I'm thinking, maybe incorporating these tables and chair, something to do with just that it's been lived here or there's people been here before. It does have this kind of eerie creepiness inside because it just kind of looks abandoned with non-period correct furniture, this mixed match, so it just kind of looks kind of creepy, but at the same time kind of gives some character. So I think, actually I really like what this is. My shadow's in the way. Can I get? But yeah, I like that. I like the leading lines at the table. I don't know if you guys can see me in frame, but printing that one. And a cool little thing about this Instax Evo, guys, if you pull the tab, it prints. It's kind of cool. I wish Fuji made a full digital camera like the next X Pro, like an X Pro 4 or maybe an XE5. They had a little, winder tab. That'd be cool to print. Why didn't you print? Oh, did I make a mistake? Did I make a mistake? Print. There we go, we're printing. Sometimes. So I'm down a little bit crouched to the ground because it's got a sunken path right here. And I just was walking past this side of the building, the corner, and I looked up and I got a perfect building corner. If you guys know some of my street work or even other street photographers' work, they incorporate some street corners, and I'm just trying to kind of mix both landscape as well as some street in together because I have this architecture. I also want to use these ferns as some foreground since the lens is so closed down on this Instax and you can't do anything about it. It's a fixed aperture. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's like a f/18 or f/20 or even a 22, but there's almost no depth, so I have to use the natural surroundings to add that depth to the image, or at least I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at, so take you off. All right, so turn you around. So looking up that, and I got these ferns here, and hopefully I can get exactly that. So let's give it a shot. There's no AFC on this, so I'm going to have to shoot, focus, and compose. And I'm not sure if I like the. Actually, I'm using this. I talked about natural layering before. I'm using this branch here, the stem of the fern, and I'm not sure if I like it kind of blocking it or underneath, but it's kind of framing it. And I only have one shot. I can only take one shot of this. So let's see. Let's see what I got. Do it that way. Let's go. Now I wonder, should I continue taking them the way that Fuji expected them in portrait, or should I take a landscape and kind of ruin the Instax vibe, even though it's more natural to hold a camera like this than it is like this? I digress. Let's take a photo. Alright, I did it. Took a photo, printed, and it's in landscape orientation, so I'll have to remember that when I go through them with you. So there's this weird kind of structure in the woods. It's quite neat, kind of quirky, but very strange. And I'll show it to you in a second. There. As you can see, if I can get that. So I'm not exactly sure what it is, what's supposed to be there for. It's been here a little bit because it's weathered. Screen around here. Definitely, seen better days from things like this. But I think while we're here, because this is one of those things you don't find every day, I'm gonna grab a photo with the Instax. All right, 2 more. All right, 1 more frame, and then I can have dinner. Alright, so I'm at the dock that I want to be at. The light has definitely started to go down. Actually, you can't even see it in the sky. It's behind those trees. And for most of what you can see back there, it's all in shade. So I should, actually even here, even all this. So for my last shot, I have to really choose what I want to do, because I have 1 left. And I actually had quite a bit of fun with this. Didn't realize it was going to be this much fun, actually. So kind of lost for words. It's very nice. It's very, very nice out here. Very little wind. Anyways, last shot. Let's get it. not sure if I want that or if I want that. Then again, I just took a photo of that, so maybe. For the last shot, I got so many options. Just don't know what I want to do. Try to get a photo of you guys. I don't know. And if you can't hear me, sorry, I'm trying to work on us getting a better mic setup. Alright, so I've discovered, quick little note, I've discovered that if I half press the button, I can lock exposure and focus at the same time, which can kind of work for me about how I can underexpose an image. So if I choose an exposure that I like, such as that, and I drag it over to that, then I'm sure there we go. The last photo. Alright guys, so let's head back to the cabin, home. And as we're walking home, I will discuss, well, the final details. Hey guys, so I made it back to the cabin, and boy, is this cold brew worth it. So I've decided on the way back what I'm going to do is I've gone through the images. I've kind of taken a couple minutes to go through them. There's definitely some nice images in here. Of course, the one that I love the most is the one that I did very differently, and it's of this one here. I took landscape, which I don't even know if you're supposed to take, Instax film like this, but whatever. It's the way I did it. I really like that a lot. The gradients on this image are exactly what I look for when I shoot my my own monochrome images. Some of them are terrible. Some of them are just a mess. There's a couple here, like the first one of the mossy wall and the stream that I'm going to quickly show you. They're a mess. You don't even know what they are. I mean, I know what they are because I took them, but if I showed this to someone, you're probably going to go, what in the world? But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this little slideshow together, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below, of course, what is your favorite, which one you liked the most. And did you enjoy watching this video? I enjoyed myself quite a bit. Actually, I didn't realize how much this guy was fun. And I'm actually going to get some more film for it to shoot more like this, maybe even do a street version, of this kind of video. So if you like what you see here today, like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment, and I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave whatever you want down in the comments below. So without further ado, I'm going to finish my beer, go have dinner, and enjoy the rest of my stay here at Beside Habitat. Anyways guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye.